Blog.
Technologic.
Marketing Tech Blog.
Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, crash it, change it.
Are you sure?
I'm going to take a selfie of me watching you talk. That's what I'm going to do. Go right ahead, sir.
So I always try, whenever you guys are talking about what's going to be on the show, I always try to go out and find some great material, either that we've published in the past or whatever. And so if you guys haven't checked it out, Marketing Tech Blog now has a visual search engine on it.
Oh,
so you can search for anything on there and actually get pictures and previews and everything else. It's not aesthetically optimized quite yet, but we're working on a redesign. But it's a really great tool to, let's say you're doing event marketing. Well, you can just type event marketing and see all the articles on event marketing and everything else on it.
I dig it.
So I found we're going to publish this on the site, so you'll find this on the site. But Social Code actually did a fantastic infographic kind of walking you through the planning stages of social advertising. So I thought it was just in line with this, so I just wanted to kind of walk through those. The number one that they talk about is obviously identifying the opportunity. So maybe it's, just reaching a ton of buyers, or maybe it's like you said, just reaching your audience, your customers already. Some of the other things that they brought up too, though, was even if you're advertising, let's say on traditional media or other sites, you can really gain a lot of insight on what works and what doesn't work with a social ad. A social ad is a very inexpensive tool. So you can A/B test and you can kind of get a picture of, hey, this is the wording that's going to work the best. And then you can take that message and promote it out, let's say on a TV commercial or on the radio or whatever.
Sure.
So there's a great opportunity to invest on a little bit amount of money and really optimize and then go for a broader reach, through traditional and other avenues. Yep. I thought that was kind of a cool insight there. Number two was obviously choosing your social technology partner. Facebook has strategically preferred marketing developers and Twitter has preferred marketing, so if you're going to go broad in your enterprise and you're going to spend a ton of money on this, finding those strategic partners is great. If you're a smaller business or whatever, well, you just want to get someone that has a lot of experience in that area. Like we recently ran some social ads for one of our clients, but it was scary. It was really our first time. And so we did a ton of research and everything else, and we did it. And I still feel like had their spend been higher, we would have much rather have gone to see a professional on that than do it ourselves. They got good results, but that's just because we applied kind of best practices that we found out there.
Yep.
Number three, obviously, set the goals and objectives. You'd be surprised at how many people throw ads out there, like you said, that don't have a call to action and a landing page and a way to actually convert the person. They do a sponsored post or something on Facebook that drives a lot of traffic, but they don't monetize that traffic. And this is where that ROI question always comes into play.
That's right.
And so you've got to lead this person into a call to action and lead them to a conversion. And when we talk about conversions, we're not necessarily saying a purchase, but maybe it's a demo, maybe it's a download, maybe it's a submit, and receive a white paper. There's all different ways to kind of pull someone in there. A lot of people are after pricing information. So literally sometimes it's just having a pricing guide that is behind a registration. And so, you want pricing information on a new patio. Well, you go to the site and you put in your name and information and you can download that guide. Of course, then, a salesperson is going to contact you and say, hey, notice that you downloaded the pricing guide, et cetera. Set the targeting strategy. This is so important. You hit on this, but I can't. It's another one where people take these broad-based strokes a lot of times with their targeting, and they really miss out. So they say English, and that's it. And they don't look at, the fact that, what countries, what counties, what cities, what zip codes, all of these things are really, a lot of them have, miles from your location, so if you're a retailer and that, 90% of your business comes within 5 miles or 10 miles. Well, what are you doing, going after the state?
Absolutely.
Go after that. And so that's going to, one, it's going to save you a lot of money. And two, obviously it's highly targeted and there's more of a capability of someone using the coupon and coming into your organization or whatever.
You got to get granular. You got to get focused on these ads.
Yeah. There's the big part with that too is retargeting. I think this is often missed with social advertising, and it's best opportunity.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, you see it all. I see it all the time.
It's probably your number one
article or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably your number one strategy when you're doing social ads.
Now, can you explain to the listeners real quick what that is?
So basically, if you're, let's say I own a website and I want to retarget people that came to my website. So someone came to my website and they read a great article,
right?
And now, or they read 2 or 3, and I want to target them on Facebook. Well, I have a snippet of code on my site that basically leaves a cookie for Facebook.
Right.
And so now when you go to Facebook, Facebook says, oh, that person was on your website. Now I'm going to show them this ad. And so what it winds up being, and sometimes it's a pain too, but what it winds up being is you read, maybe you went on an e-commerce site and, read about the latest Carhartt, sweater. All of a sudden you're on Facebook and you see a sale for Carhartt sweaters. Yep. That's not a coincidence. No. It's called retargeting. Yeah. And it has a huge conversion rate.
It's about the lifestyle of a consumer. They just won't jump in. All the fish won't jump into the net immediately. They wander around their own particular decision making.
Yeah.
And if you can follow them along the way,
right?
I mean, it's just like a salesperson say, "Hey, do you remember? You just checked me out over there."
That's exactly it. And so you periodically follow them, and you can set, I follow them for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever, and keep retargeting them. The other one that they brought up here, which was really good, is lookalikes. So you mentioned companies and that you could target actual companies. Well, what are the companies like the companies that you already work with?
Right.
What are the lookalikes out there? And so find, if you work, like we work with marketing technology companies, well, I should be finding other marketing technology companies that size and that, that age and that marketing, spend and everything else. Then, of course, setting the messaging strategy. So you have to be really careful. If it's Twitter or Facebook, you want to have a different test, and then testing and scaling, offline sales, brand perception. You can do different tests with that. So how many people came in the door? Where did they find you? Asking them follow-up questions to see if the social advertising is working. Yeah. And then there's direct response as well online, where you can do conversion testing and measurement. Then you said it perfectly, and that's the maintenance. The maintenance is probably the most important factor, and that's and it's not just with social advertising, it's really with any advertising, that as soon as you take your eyes off of it, money starts just falling out of your pockets. And so hiring a professional to kind of handle your social advertising, the reason why that's such a big industry and the reason why that pays off is because they have people that monitor and know when to step in. They know when to pause it. Let's say it's a holiday and they know, and it's a B2B ad. Well, you don't
let it run.
Yeah. You don't want to run that on Labor Day. You want to wait. If it's seasonality, if it's time of day, if it's all of these different things, a lot of these systems don't have that criteria built in where you can stop and start and stop and start and stop and start.
In fact, they want you to spend money.
Exactly. But these companies that are manned to do social advertising for their clients, like you guys, are they have the people watching and observing and being able to stop and start so that you don't waste money.
That's right. Well, whoa, my gosh.
So we'll have that infographic on the Marketing Tech blog. You can check it out. It is called Inside a Large Social Advertising Campaign. Once again, it's by Social Code. So
pay attention. Go to Marketing Tech blog. as whenever you can, and download the app as well. There's so much.
Sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the best one.
There's so much good information. You can get yourself lost in there of just how, one particular topic, and there's different levels of depths. If you're a novice or if you're experienced, it gives you a lot of good footing to understand.
We have a ton of people that say it's 1 out of every 5 blog posts I understand.
Yeah,
but they love that 1 out of 5 because
Absolutely.
it helped them, and that's the way that we work. We try to hit every scale.
Very cool. Well, check that out, marketingtechblog.com. All right. Hey.